Thanks for tuning in to Larger Curves again. Make sure you smash that like button and smash that subscribe button. Let's get started. Today, this is going to be part 2 of the Monique Samuels recent interview that she did with her curated panel of bloggers that love all things Monique. And let's listen to what else she has to say. Part 1 of her video, she did some things where she talked about gaslighting. I'm saying gaslighting because that's what I feel like. I need to leave the room after she talks so much gas left in here. I'm supposed to believe all the stuff she's selling, but that's my opinion. I'm interested to hear your opinion in the comments on what you feel, if anything, about Monique Samuels' former participation in Real Housewives of Potomac, as well as her continuing to talk about it. She had a million reasons during the season on why she did what she didn't say she did, what she didn't do ultimately. And now she's just keep on with the reasons. Her middle name should be Reasons. Monique Reasons Samuels, because she'll give you one. Let's see what else she has to say. So we're going to pick up with her curated panel. Again, not finding anything wrong with her assaulting Candace Dillard. Let's jump right in.
I think needed to be addressed was, you got into a physical altercation, but that's not the biggest issue. The biggest issue is personal space. There's always the opportunity for it to become physical. There were plenty of instances on that particular show, where Robin went in Ashley's face in her restaurant. Ashley said, "Get your hand out my face." Robin continued to do that. That could have been an instance where it became physical because the warning was given, yet the action still kept going. And there's been verbal threats from everybody on the cast about physical, violence. Yeah. So I just feel like what needed to be addressed was not what happened, but what can we do to prevent this from happening? Like just personal space, boundaries, and leave it at that. Not you. You can't write a check that you can't cash. Like that's basically what it is. And I just think since it didn't happen to them, it was just a mess. But the whole point was to be, personal space and boundaries.
Yeah, before I answer that, I want to answer this question by Coco Loco. Has Andy reached out to you at all after the reunion? We did talk right after the reunion, but we have not talked since it aired, nor have we talked since I quit. Like not at all. Like complete
But he did acknowledge that you quit the show because he said it on his show that you had quit the show.
Oh, really?
So he knows you quit.
He said a lot.
Remember I asked you, has he reached out? And you're like, no, he hasn't reached out. He knows it happened. Yeah.
Well, I don't know what to say about that, but I will say back to the question you were asking, Jay, what can be done to prevent, that whole just like boundaries and everything else? Well, I would say the first thing is people need to understand that just because there's cameras around doesn't mean that like we're not on scripted TV. It's reality TV. I'm not sitting here reading some script and we're playing roles. So don't be acting for cameras. Like be who you are. That's what I am who I am all the time. Whether you like it or not, at least I can say that's who I am. So don't start popping off in front of people's faces that you would not pop off at if you were out at some random bar. So don't do things as if the cameras are going to protect you when you're literally invading somebody's personal space or doing all of that. You know what I'm saying? Don't do that, especially when that was something that I made clear, like when I met you, like I don't like the hands in my face. Keep talking with your hands, So, just remember that you have to show respect to people whether or not a camera's around.
I definitely agree. Thank you, Miss Nice Nasty.
Thank you. Miss Nice Nasty, thank you so much for the super chat. Queen, adjust your crown. 99.99 of us viewers wanted to put the pause on Candace. Thank you so much for the super chat.
I did want to move, since we are talking about boundaries. I know, Richie, you had a great question about boundaries. So if you'd like to go ahead and lead on with that.
Yeah, so my question, I think for all of us, because I know a lot of us do commentary on a lot of the shows, and we have our opinions about them and we voice them on social media. So my question was, were there any boundaries that you might have learned about for yourself, or that you had to set for yourself during this whole course of the Real Housewives of Potomac? And maybe not even just Potomac, but I guess looking at the Bravo landscape in general, when we think about Kelly Dodd, when we think about Erica Jane, and whatever your opinions are about each person is fine. But have you learned anything about your own boundaries? Like for me, I don't respond anymore to any negative comment. That is my boundary that I had to set for myself. They can post it on my page. I'm fine with it. I will not respond to it.
Yeah. When it comes to just like the show in general, the 4 years that I was a part of the show, what I realized is that I take on too much. I had to start telling people no, especially around filming time, because I was becoming overwhelmed dealing with being a mom, being a wife, filming, and then still running businesses and then other obligations. It was becoming too much. So then I was getting like really irritable when I was even around the women, and then they're coming at me all crazy. So it's like your guard is just always up. One thing that I wish I had done, which we're really all supposed to do, is have therapy. Like doing reality TV, I recommend anyone that is doing reality TV to make sure that they have a therapist. Even if you're not dealing with anything, so you think right at that moment, having someone to air it all out, to talk about whatever's going on, whatever's happening in scene, because it's confidential. They won't leak or tell whatever you're telling. You need to get it out, because what you don't realize is even though you're filming a show, you're still holding that stuff in, and it's bothering you, it's eating at you, and you don't even realize it. So right now, it's amazing because I'm hearing that they're filming already, which is great for them. But the thought of filming right now, I'm like, I definitely made the right decision. I am so stress-free. My hair's starting to grow back. My skin's clearing up. I'm sleeping good at night. I have time for my businesses and my family. I'm not racking my brain trying to figure out who's going to watch my kids so I can go film this scene. I feel so stress-free. I feel like how I was before I started doing the darn show.
Thank you, M. Austin, for the super chat.
Yes, thank you. M. Austin, has Bravo released you from your contract yet? And if not, will you have to film? So finally, after 3 whole weeks of my email not being responded to, when we went live last week and I said, can y'all just release me? Can y'all just release me? They finally released me. So yes, as of last Thursday, I have been fully released from my contract. And I feel like I'm a stop, give us free. Free.
Yeah.
That's free. Like Dr. King said, free at last. Thank God Almighty. Free at last. No more on me. I feel like I'm about to do the sermon.
Riley, beautiful Riley, I did have a question for you. And just based off, because if people don't know, I ran the Monique and Portia fan page. And I was, I'm still really protective over Monique. Getting to know her outside of, just watching her on TV, I'm protecting her at all costs. I love her. But I know for you guys have been friends for years and years and years. And I always ask this to people who are close to Monique outside of reality TV and things like that. How was it for you watching Monique go through what she went through on TV as her friend, knowing who she is? How was that for you?
It's kind of hard because, I know she's very strong, we all know that she's very strong, and I know that personally, but she's also human. So anytime I hear anybody say anything, I have to, instead of clapping back or going in on somebody, I have to think to myself, they don't know her. They're just watching and interpreting it the way that they're interpreting it. And for those of us who really know her, and I've known her for 18 years, it's it's one of those things where it's okay, well, these people just don't know her. But then watching her go through all of what she went through last season, it was just like, oh my God. And I was just like, oh my God, I hope she don't come back. I hope she doesn't come back. And I kept saying to her, like, ultimately it's her decision, but like, I just was like, I can't believe they're doing this to you. And I just kind of wanted to like shout from the rooftops, this is not true, all this stuff. But I mean, I've learned now through having friends on reality TV and having taken part in reality TV and having, been on things myself, that people are ultimately going to edit it the way they want for themselves, no matter what. And people who are watching are also going to come up with their own, and it could be, it's crazy, it could be something little that she's been addressed before, but here comes somebody with this opinion that's completely bogus and completely like, were you watching the same show that I was watching? I just don't, like, hello, are we all watching the same show? How do you not see this? But I just have to chalk it up to, it's just like, that's who they see her as on TV and who she really is, which is my friend, so.
Right, beautiful.
Yeah, that's definitely another reason why I don't really get upset when people comment on, my pages or anything like that, because I know that they're drawing that conclusion based off of what they're given. So for the people that follow me on social media, you get to see the other side. You get to see more about me as a person, my family, our dynamic. You get to see the real, So when you're watching the show and only the show, and then they have these conclusions they're drawing, I can't get upset that you don't know me. So it's like you're literally basing your opinion off of what you see. So, it's all good. There is like over 400 people here right now. I would love for each and every one of you to go ahead and hit that like button. So thank you. Make sure you subscribe if you are not currently subscribed. And then subscribe to all my other channels too. Not for Lazy Moms and Monique Evil Princess. And everybody on this panel. If they got a channel, subscribe.
Follow free. Thank you.
We have another super chat.
Thank you, Natalie P. You are glowing, Monique. Keep up the great work. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right. Christian, you are so quiet right now. I need to hear from you.
Oh God. What do you want to hear about?
Anything.
Okay, I do have a question. Because, well, I don't know if you know this, but like I worked in TV production for years, daytime TV, not reality, but TV production nonetheless. And, when you spend so much time with, your cast and crew, like you really develop strong relationships with people, there's people that I haven't been on the set with in 4 and 5 years, and I still consider them like best friends, So I was just wondering for you what that was like, going into the show and like what it was like developing those relationships throughout those 4 years, and who and if anyone will you keep in contact with as you kind of depart?
Yeah, so that I appreciate you asking that. You're about to get me crying right now, because that was the hardest part of me walking away. Like, and I even told my VP at Truly, who I love so much, and my VP at Bravo. We had a phone conversation 2 weeks after, I made the announcement, and I broke down and I said, the hardest part of me walking away is feeling like I'm losing family. I said, because I talk to y'all all the time. And I know they're going to be busy. They're going on. The show's going to go on, So they're going to be busy. So there's going to be times where I might think about them and text them, and I won't get a response right away like I normally would, when I'm actually actively filming. So, I was just like, it sucks, because you have those relationships that you create. They know so much about you and your life, and you're talking to these people all the time. They're like family. So some of the producers know more about me than some of my family does, So I do still talk to, everybody loved James, the producer James, who
yes,
kept going back to fight again. James for the Rescue. I talked to James. I literally talked to him the other day. I love him. He was a newbie at the same time I was a newbie. So
that's cool.
His first season on the show was my first season, and we were put together. And we've literally been friends ever since. Like, we've never lost contact. There was 1 year where he wasn't on our show, and I was devastated. But I still, whenever I was in LA, I would hook up with him. Whenever he was in this area, he would hook up with me. We never have lost contact, like, at all. So I still talk to James, and there's one other producer who he reached out to me, and we talked, and and then I have a few producers who I still talk to, and we just have those genuine outside friendships. So it's nice that you make lifelong friends, and
I did want to cut you off really quick. We have 2 new super chats coming in.
Yes, thank you, Jay McCullough. I did not appreciate the ladies picking sides and judging Monique. Giselle and Robin wanted a reason not to like Monique. I hated how they edited Chris during the reunion. All the above. True. I agree with every last one of it. Like, wait, where'd the other one go? Shoot. All of the comments are coming in so fast. I'm sorry, y'all. I think I passed it. But thank you so much for the super chat. I'm trying to find the other one that came. Scuba Steve. Thank you so much for the super chat. Shout out to the DMV. We ain't the ones on Frank. Buy stuff. That's what I saw. Y'all know what that be like when you.
Okay. Thanks again for tuning in to Larger Curves. Make sure you smash that like button and smash that subscribe button. There, we just got finished listening to some more of Monique Samuels and all her many reasons why. We're going to have to look up the definition of gaslighting, because in my mind, it's everything Monique Samuels does. And in her mind, it's everything that everybody that doesn't agree with her does. So I'm going to have to get Webster's Merriam's dictionary and see what it says exactly is the definition of gaslight. Because to me, it's when you want me to believe what you say instead of what my eyeballs said. And obviously, it's to Monique, it's when you want to believe what your eyeballs said instead of what she said. So it kind of sounds the same, but exactly different. Leave a comment down below. Do you have any comments for Monique? Do you have any opinions? Do you think this is like enough already? I myself, obviously am into it. It's fascinating to me that a beautiful, grown, accomplished woman, seemingly such as Monique, is, in my opinion, hell-bent on justifying something that if her daughter did, or if it was done to her daughter, I bet she wouldn't feel the same. But she's sitting here trying to justify it. I wonder if Monique Samuels' daughter was in Candace Dillard's position, would she be so about it, so to speak? And so, I don't know. It's just seeming a little made up to me. If she's really happy and unbothered, why on every live, every week, she created a whole platform to talk about it some more? I just don't know, you guys. Leave a comment below. Make sure you smash the like button, smash the subscribe button. There's going to be 2 more of these videos, 4 parts altogether. This is part 2. Part 1 was already uploaded of Monique Samuels, formerly of the Real Housewives of Potomac. Blah, blah, blahing some more. Smash the like button. See you in the next video.